Chapter 1, My Life's Dearest Desire? She fell into deep thought, the pen between her lips. Then, drawing a deep breath, she gave a wan smile. Hard to say. Why is it hard? Javiria asked her. Because I desire so many things. And each one of them is so important for me, she replied, shaking her head. They were both sitting at the farther end of the auditorium, their backs to the wall. It was their 8th day at the FSC classes and they spent their free period there, nibbling salted peanuts one by one. Javiria repeated her question. What's your life's dearest wish? A mama? Amama looked at her with some surprise and pondered over the question. Then, parrying the question with a demand, she said, You tell me first what you desire most, I ask you first. So you should reply first, retorted Javiria. Very well. Let me think. Amama conceded defeat. My life's dearest desire. She mumbled to herself. Well, one wish is to live long. Very long, she said. Why? Laughed Javiria. 50 or 60 years are too short for me. One should live to be at least 100. And then there is so much I wish to do. Should I die early, all my wishes would remain unfulfilled. She popped a peanut into her mouth. What else? Said Javiria. I want to be the most outstanding doctor in the country. The best eye specialist. So that when the history of eye surgery in Pakistan is compiled, my name will be at the very top of the list. She looked up with a smile. And what if you cannot become a doctor? After all, that depends both on merit and luck, Javiria stated. That is out of the question. I am working so hard to make it to the merit list, besides my parents can afford to send me abroad. If I don't get into a medical college here. But still, what if you cannot be a doctor? That's impossible. It's my life's dearest desire. I can sacrifice everything for it. This has been my lifelong dream. And how can one just ignore or forget one's dreams? Impossible. Amama shook her head decisively as she picked another peanut off her palm and nibbled on it. Nothing is impossible in life. Anything can happen at any time. Suppose your wish does not come true. How would you react? Amama fell into thought again. To begin with, I'll weep a lot, a great deal, for many days. And then I'll die. Javiria burst out laughing. You just said you wanted a very long life. And now you want to die. Obviously. What's the point of living then? All my plans are built around my career in medicine, and if that is not to be a part of my life, then what remains? So you mean this one dream of your life will wipe out all other dreams? Yes. Think of it that way. Your most important desire is to be a doctor. Not to live long? You could say so. Very well. So, if you can't become a doctor, then how would you choose to die? Would you choose suicide or a natural death? A natural death, of course. I can't kill myself, Amama replied casually. And if you do not die naturally, then what? I mean, if you do not die soon, despite not being a doctor, you would go on living. No, I know that I'll die very soon if I can't be a doctor. I will be so heartbroken that I will not survive, she replied decisively. It is difficult to believe that a cheerful person like you can be so despairing as to cry yourself to death. And that too just because you were unable to pursue a medical career. Sounds funny, mocked Javiria. Stop talking about me. Tell me about yourself. What is your heart's greatest desire? Amama changed the subject. Let it go. Why let it go? Come on, tell me. You will be offended if I say it. Javiria spoke hesitatingly. Amama turned around in surprise to look at her. Why would I be offended? Javiria was quiet. What is it that I will mind? Amama repeated her question. You will. Javiria murmured. Why should your life's greatest wish so affect my life that I would get upset? Amama was quite irritated. Is it your wish that I not become a doctor? Amama seemed to suddenly remember. Oh, no, laughed Javiria. There is more to life than being a doctor, she stated philosophically. Stop talking in riddles and answer me, Umama said firmly. I promise I will not mind anything you say. She held out her hand in a gesture of peace. Regardless of your promise, you are going to be very angry when you hear what I have to say. Let's talk of something else, Javeria replied. All right, let me guess. Your decision is linked to something of great value to me, right? Queried Umama after a thoughtful pause. Javeria nodded her head. The question is, what is so important to me that I should? She stopped in mid-sentence. But unless I know the nature of your wish, I cannot come to a conclusion. Javeria, tell me please. The suspense is too much for me, she pleaded. Javeria was lost in thought. Umama studied her face. Javeria looked up at her after a while. Other than my career, there is only one thing I value most in my life, Umama addressed her. And if you want to say something in that context, then say so. I won't mind. Umama was serious. Javeria was taken aback. Umama was looking at the ring on her hand. A smile crossed Javeria's face. My life's dearest wish is that you. Javeria revealed her thoughts. Umama's face went white with shock. Javeria could not guess the impact her words had on Umama, but the expression on her face showed that the reaction was much more intense than she had expected. I did tell you that you would be offended, Javeria tried to redeem the situation. But Umama stared back without a word.